Hi there, welcome back to part 2 of our Study Abroad UK series brought to you by CLBS. I'm your host Sanchita and today we are diving into an essential topic, the exams you need to take to study in the UK as an Indian student. Whether you're applying for an undergraduate, postgraduate or even a research program, exams are a crucial part of your UK application process. But don't you worry, I'll walk you through the top exams you'll need to prepare for and I'll give you some insider tips to ace them. Let's get started. Well, in this video we will cover the main exams required for UG PG courses, what each exam tests and why it is important, how to prepare effectively, and how your exam scores impact your application. Alright, let's start with part 1. Exams required for UG courses. Well, the primary exam for Indian students applying to universities in the UK is the UCAS application. But there are specific entrance exams you may need to take depending upon your course of interest. IELTS. One of the most important exams for almost all international students is the IELTS exam. If English is not your first language, you will need to prove your proficiency in the language. Well, you must be wondering why it is required. So universities need to ensure that you can understand lectures, participate in discussion, and submit written assignments in English. Try to get at least a 6 to 7.5 band score depending upon the university and course. Some universities may require higher scores for specific programs like law, medicine, and business. Pro tip: to succeed in IELTS, practice your speaking and listening skills regularly. Use online resources, join English conversation groups, and take mock tests. Next up, we have IELTS UKVI or UK Visas and Immigration. Now here's something many students don't realize. If you are planning to study in the UK, you may need to take the IELTS UKVI exam, especially if you're applying for a student visa. Well, it is essentially the same test as the regular IELTS exam, but it is specifically approved by UKVI for visa purposes. If you're applying for a Tier 4 visa to study in the UK, many institutions require the IELTS UKVI for visa purpose, especially for long-term student visas. Well, it is similar to the regular IELTS, but you need to check with a specific university as some may have slightly different requirement for the UKVI version. Well, a pro tip is, if you're applying for a visa, always confirm with your university whether you need the IELTS UKVI. It is crucial to ensure that your visa application process is smooth. Next up, we have IELTS Life Skills. For students who are not applying for a degree program but need to prove English proficiency for family visa application or certain other immigration purpose, there's also the IELTS Life Skills exam. Well, it is going to test only the listening and speaking skills as it is primarily for visa applicants who need to demonstrate just a basic level of English proficiency. This test is mainly for students applying for family reunification visas or those who need a B1 level of English for certain immigration categories. You will need a B1 level score to meet the requirements for the Life Skills exam. Pro tip: if you're applying for a family visa or need to prove only basic English skills, IELTS Life Skills is the way to go. But remember, this exam will not help you with university admission as it is primarily for immigration purpose. Next up, we have SAT or Scholastic Aptitude Test. For students applying for undergraduate courses, especially in competitive programs like engineering, mathematics, and the sciences, the SAT is sometimes required. Well, you might be wondering why. It helps universities assess your critical thinking, reasoning, and academic potential, especially in subjects like maths and engineering. Talking about the minimum score, the score requirement varies depending upon the course and the university, of course. But 1200 to 1500 is typically competitive for top UK universities. Please remember, for STEM students, focus on the maths section. If you are aiming for top universities, aim for a score above 1400. Now, for masters and other postgraduate programs, there are some specific exams required by certain courses or universities. First, the English proficiency requirement is the same as UG, so please go back and check it out. Next up, we have GRE or Graduate Record Examination. If you are applying for a master's program in a STEM field, you may be required to take the GRE exam. Now, this is a general test that evaluates your verbal reasoning, quantitative reasoning, and analytical skills for essay. This exam helps universities evaluate your readiness for graduate level work, especially in technical and scientific disciplines. For top universities, please aim for 320 plus. However, many UK universities do not have a strict GRE requirement, so it is important to research each program's requirement. Pro tip: practice your quant skills if you are applying for engineering or computer science programs. The GRE can be intense, but with focused preparation, you can definitely excel. Next up, we have is GMAT, or Graduate Management Admission Test. For students applying for business-related postgraduate courses like MBA, the GMAT is often required. The GMAT evaluates your potential for success in business schools by testing critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Now, talking about the minimum scores, top universities generally look for scores in the range of 650 to 700. Pro tip: GMAT is all about time management, so practice under time condition to improve your speed and accuracy. Other specialized exams for certain programs. Now, some courses, guys, especially in highly competitive fields, may require additional exams. Here are a few examples. BMAT, Biomedical Admission Test for medicine and dentistry courses. LNAT, National Admission Test for law programs. UCAT, UK Clinical Aptitude Test for medicine, dentistry and healthcare programs. These tests are specific to particular courses and you'll need to check the entry requirements for your chosen program to see if they apply. Well, let's move on to the next section, how to prepare for these exams. Okay, now that you know which exams you need to take, here are some preparation tips to ensure success. First, start early. Begin your preparation at least 6 to 9 months before your application deadline. 2. Take practice tests. Regularly take mock tests to familiarize yourself with the exam format and improve your time management skills. Third, use online resources. Platforms like Magoosh, Khan Academy and Prep Scholar are great for practice. 4. Join study groups. Find study groups or forums online where you can share tips and discuss tricky topics. 5. Stay consistent. Create a study schedule and stick to it. Consistency is key to doing well in any of these exams. Alright, that's a wrap on the exams required to study in the UK. Whether it is the IELTS, UKVI, life skills, SAT, GRE, GMAT or other specialized tests, preparing early and knowing what's required will set you on the path to success. Please don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful and subscribe for more tips on studying abroad. If you're ready for more details on the UCAS application or other parts of the process, make sure to check out our other videos in the UK series. Got questions about the exam or preparation? Drop them in the comments below and I'd love to help you out. See you in the next video where we'll talk about the top 10 universities in the UK.